Okay, so let's go back. Do we need another practice? So this was an exercise in which we looked at the graph, we knew what to expect, but of course we have all sorts of other possibilities here to find absolute max, absolute min, and I'm adding to that question also relative max min. Do we need another practice or we move on to a word problem?
Can we do another practice?
Yes, I'm ready.
Can we do 24?
24. Okay. Let's look at 24. Let's copy it. I am on page 3. And you said 24, 24. So f of x equals e to the x minus e to 4x. And the given interval is negative 1, comma 1. Perfect. Good. I know exactly what I need to do. I only need f prime and f of x. I only need this and nothing else. Do not copy anything else. The interval is given to us. Good. And you're going to say first step is, what do I need to do? We're asked to find max min. Everything. Absolute max min, relative max min.
So we have to do the derivative?
Sure. So f prime of x. Can anyone help us with differentiating e to the x? Yes, is the nicest function, minus. This I have to be careful. It's the same idea, but it's times the inner function prime.
So what is e 4x? 4x?
No, the derivative of 4x is not 4x, right? Right?
3x?
The derivative of 4x is 4.
Is it not 4 e to the 4x?
Yes, I was waiting for you to confirm. So the derivative of 4x is not 4x and is not 3, right? The derivative of 4x is 4. So we should have said e to 4x prime is e to 4x times the inner function prime, which is 4. And I put the 4 in front. Is this okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, from here, we have to determine critical numbers. There is no problem here. This is always defined. Well, slightly different. So e to the x minus 4e to 4x equals 0. We have to factor out, and you tell me what do we need to factor out from these two?
We factor out e to the x.
Exactly. So we have 1 minus 4, e to which power?
3x.
Yes. E to the x times 1 is e to the x. And when I multiply these two, I copy the base and add the exponents. Awesome. Well, e to the x is never 0. How come? Well, remember the graph. E to the x is never 0. But 1 minus 4 e to 3x can be 0. So 1 minus 4 e to 3x can be 0. And I'm going to move this to the other side. 1 equals 4 e to 3x. And of course, I'll divide by 4. I have to clean it up. And now I want someone to tell us how to proceed. Anyone? We've done this before in chapter 2. So how do I continue this? What is the next step that I need? Yes?
Can we do log and just bring 3x down?
We cannot. We must. It's not about can or may or if we want to. We have to. Excellent. Great job. So then 3x will equal natural log of 1/4, and I have to divide by 3. Awesome. So x equals, why did I put a comma here? I don't know. I meant to put it here. X equals natural log of 1/4 divided by 3. So I don't know what I did with my calculator, so I have to go back here. So I have to divide to see what this number is. I need to know because I don't know if it's between -1 and 1. So I have natural log of 0.25, that's 1/4. And I divide by 3. And it better be a number between -1 and 1. It doesn't have to be. So it's -0.46. Okay, fine. So I know it fits here. -0.46. And this is the only 0. I have to study the sign and then immediately find these 3 numbers. And I'm done. I just have to draw a conclusion and it's done. So when I plug in -1, you may say, it's kind of difficult to figure it out. That's fine. So let's put this in the graphing calculator and we will plug in -1 and 1 and see the sign, left and right. That's all we need to do. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to put in y equals. I'm going to remove that and I'm going to put, I have to put both and the function as well because I need to find those values anyway. So e to the x. First I'm going to put the derivative because I need that first. -4 e to 3x. It's 4x, sorry. Good. So that's the derivative. And I want to plug in only 2 numbers in this one, -1 and 1. I need the sign. What is going on? What did I put in? E to the x -4 e to 4x. So is it possible? I guess it is possible. We'll see in a moment. So it appears that both are negative. Fine. We'll see. The moment of truth is coming up in a second. Fine. Now in the function, which is this, I have to plug in these 3 numbers and find the y values. So let's do that. Good. So in y equals, I need a second function, which is the function itself. So, no, I didn't mean that. Okay, I meant this. E to the x, and then minus e to 4x. Okay. So now for this, I need -1 and 1. So I'm going to write 0.35. For -1 is -51.88. But now for this one, I also have to plug in -0.46, which the first one should be 0, right? Close to. I approximated it, but it should be 0 because that's a derivative. So it makes a difference because it's e to the x, but this should be close to 0. So we have 0.47.
Professor,
Yes.
is it not supposed to be 3x instead of 4x on your y equals?
The function was e to the x minus e to 4x. The derivative, let's check. I'm checking. So let's go back. So the function was this, right? We chose 24. So e to the x minus e to 4x from -1 to 1. So here's the function, e to the x minus e to 4x. And here's the derivative, e to the x minus 4 e to 4x. So what you're saying, let me explain, and I think that's where the confusion is, so when we solved it, when we solved the equation, I needed this. But now I don't need to solve the equation, right? So I already solved the equation. That's how we got the negative 0.46.
Professor,
Are
Yes.
you supposed to be showing us something?
Oh, I just tried to share, but I didn't share, or I was still sharing. Okay, sorry. Thank you. That's not what I meant. Okay. So what you remember from our calculations, you do remember this 3x. But this 3x was necessary for us to solve the equation. But when I want to study the sign of the derivative, all I have to do is just plug in -1 in this expression to find the sign, and +1 in this expression and find the sign. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, so that's why you remember the 3x, which is not necessary when I plug in numbers. However, there is a problem, because from 0.35 does not decrease to 0.47. That's why I was very surprised by this sign with -1 and with +1, because from 0.35 goes up to 0.47 and goes down to -51. So I know exactly that there is some problem here. It doesn't make any sense. So from 0.35 to 0.47, it goes up, not negative. So I have to go back and see what was happening there. So again, so this is the function, the derivative, and we plugged in -1, and we got negative. Oh, I copied something else, that's why. Why did I copy 0.35? Nobody knows. 0.27. Okay, sorry about that. Where did the 0.35 come from?
I
Oh,
think it's from the Y.
oh yeah. No. Actually, yes. So we did get a negative number. Sorry. So we did get a negative number for the derivative. So at -1, the derivative is negative. At +1, the derivative is negative. It makes no sense. So let's go back here. So e to the x minus 4, e to 4x. Everything is correct. E to 4x prime is e to 4x times the inner function prime, which is 4. No question there. Then we remove an e to the x so we can solve this equation. Fine. So e to the x times this, and copy the base. 3x plus x is 4x. Correct. So then we have 1 equals 4 e to 3x. That's correct. Then we divide it by 4. Yes. We apply natural log. Yes. We divided by 3. Yes. And x was this. Let me do that number again. Look at that number again.
So we have divided by a -4?
No. There is no so very good question. Very good question. So 1 minus 4 e to 3x, I have to move this term that is negative to the other side. It becomes positive.
Okay.
Then we divide by 4. So we have 1/4 equals e to 3x. Then we apply natural log. So we bring down 3x. Natural log e is 1. So 3x equals natural log of 1/4. Then we divide both sides by 3. Natural log of 1/4 divided by 3. Let me look at this number again. Maybe I did something there. Let's take a look. So natural log of 1/4, which is 0.25, a quarter, divided by 3 is -0.46. That is correct. Is it between -1 and 1? Yes. -0.46 is between -1 and 1. So that part is okay. So 4 e to 4x. Why am I getting a negative number? At -1, So we have 1 over e minus 1. Why am I getting a negative number here? So f prime of negative 1 is 1 over e minus 4 over e to 4. Because I have 1 e to the x. E to the x is 1 over e because it's e to negative 1. And then negative 4 over e to the 4th. I should not be getting a negative number here at negative 1. I don't understand why the calculator gives us. Can anyone calculate this again with your calculators? Because see, this is e to the 3rd minus 4 over e to the 4th. This cannot be a negative number. It's not possible. This is 2 to the 3rd minus 4 over e to the 4th. We found errors in the calculator before, or the software. So let me see where my calculator is. I got it. It's right here. This is really concerning if the software does that. Because it makes no sense. One more time. E to negative 1 is 1 over e minus 4. E to negative 4. So this has to be a positive number. So I'm going to do this with my calculator. So I have, does anyone get a positive number there? Is it my software a problem? Is anyone with me?
I'm trying to put it in there.
You know what? You know what? I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. And I'm the queen of parentheses. And I did not, I said, oh, well, you know, oh, I'm the queen of parentheses and I did not put the parentheses. And I think the calculator does not do what it's supposed to be doing. Maybe for e to the x it is, but why is it doing that? It's not possible. This has to be, the sign is incorrect. It makes no sense. Okay.
What was the number you got?
It makes not, this, what did you get for this? With negative 1.
I'm getting 0.29.
Exactly. It's not possible. So it's not possible for, okay, maybe I should have put parentheses for this one. It makes no sense. There is a glitch in the software. And I'm gonna put the same thing with, I'm gonna put the same thing with my handheld calculator and not use the software. So insert parentheses, because it makes no sense. It has to change sign because of the numbers we obtained. That's okay. Okay. So I want second and table. Yeah, there is something wrong. Okay, so continuing with my calculator, because I didn't get the chance to finish it up. So go second and table, and when I plug in negative 1, I got 0.396. And when I enter 1, I do get that number, because it is absolutely correct. So this is positive. So don't trust the software anymore. So it goes up and it goes down. Correct. I don't understand why the software gave us a negative number. It made no sense. From 0.35, it goes up to 0.47, and it comes down to 51.88. Okay, so let's finish it up. We found other glitches in the software. This is not the first one. I don't remember exactly what we found before. So this is the 0.35. I'm not graphing anything. I'm just putting the values, 0.47, and then down to negative 51.88, something like this. So what does negative 1.35 represent? What does this point represent? This one.
Absolute min.
Absolute nothing. Because there is this one here. This is absolutely nothing. What about negative 0.46, 0.47?
Absolute max.
Yes. Is it a relative max?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's also relative max. Perfect. What about this point? 1 comma negative 51.88.
Absolute min?
Yes. Is it a relative min?
No.
No, because it's at the end point of the interval.